Good morning, Philippines, and good morning, world. Yes, I just said good morning because we're feeling a little bit more alive tonight. And then again, so welcome back to my segment where we will be learning English in a fun way. Okay, so once again, my name is Teacher Ivy. Yes. My name is Teacher Ivy, and I will be with you within this hour every day, and we will keep on learning new songs through English. Okay, so our song for this night would be Kaleidoscope World. Okay, so it was being sang by Francis Magalona, and he is a Filipino. He is a Filipino hip-hop artist because, as you know, this week's genre is hip-hop. Okay, so let's now we have to play the song first, and then after that, let's see what we could tackle and what we could learn about this song. Okay, all right, so wait for me in a moment. I'll just be near. So many faces, so many races, different voices and different choices. Some are mad while others laugh. Some live alone with no better half. Others brave while others curse, and others mourn behind the big black hearse. Some are pure and some are bred. Some are sober and some are wasted. Some are rich because of fate, and some are food. Yeah, some stand out but others blend. Some fat, others thin. Some are friends and some are foes. Some have some, but some have more. Yeah. Every color, every hue is represented by me and you. Take a slide in slow. Take a look in the kaleidoscope, spinning round, make it twirl. In this kaleidoscope world. Some are great and some are few. Others lies and some tell the truth. Some say tongues and some to sing. Others sing through the guitar string. Some go down, let the bass drums run the bang of the drum. Some can swim, or some will sink. Some will find their minds and think. Others walk, while others run. You can't talk peace if you have a gun. Some are hurt, and some starts to cry. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. Yeah. Every color, every hue is represented by me and you. Take a slide in flow. Take a look in the kaleidoscope, spinning round, make it twirl. In this kaleidoscope world. In this kaleidoscope world. Smile me. Make it twirl. In this Okay, all right. I have no choice but to sing it. Okay, so again, I am not a professional singer. Don't do this, and it's just for the sake of, you know, just for the sake of teaching, might be. Okay, all right. So there you have it. That song was Kaleidoscope World, and it was being sung by Francis. And yes, forgive me. I have if I haven't read some parts because my eyes is really not good, and I cannot see because it's too far. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the top. Okay, kaleidoscope. Okay, what is kaleidoscope? Okay, it's an optical instrument that is symmetrical and it's patterned where you will be having a lot of reflection. Okay, so this one is a kaleidoscope. Okay, this one is as an example of kaleidoscope. Okay, all right. So as it was a title, that it means like everything is reflecting, like it could affect everyone. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we have the first verse of the song. So many faces and so many races. Okay, so races will be like different nationalities, like Japanese, Korean, Filipino, American, Taiwanese, or yeah, different nationalities, different voices and different choices. As you could hear it, it's rhyming. Most of them ends with es, 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 and es. They're rhyming very well, and then the voices in this one would basically mean not like literally voice as what you could hear, but voices here would stand for like thoughts. So like we have different thoughts, each person has a like different perspective, and then of course some are mad while others laugh. Okay, so like as what you can see here, we have like the mad and laugh, so they are like opposite to each other. So that's our oxymoron. Okay, so what is oxymoron? Oxymoron is a figure of speech, and that is contradictory to one another. So of course, mad would be laugh, or black would be white, or clean would be dirty, like that. So they're contradicting, so it's oxymoron. And then we also have here some live alone with no better half. What is better half? So better half would be wife or husband. Okay, so some people, they live alone and with like no husband or wife, or it could be like widowed or single person. And then others grieve while others curse. Okay, so grieve and mourn is synonym to each other. Okay, so they have the same meaning. Grieving and mourning would be, for example, someone died and you are mourning or you're grieving. So it's the same feeling. It's a feeling of sorrowful. Okay, next one we have the word curse. What is curse? Curse is if, for example, you have told one person that like a bad word or something bad, then you're already cursing that person. Curse. Okay, so we should not do that. Don't do that. That's like far beyond. You should not do that. And of course, we have here the hearse. What is hearse? Okay, so hearse would be like someone that has like someone that is destined to have like a big fortune. Of course, it's like the opposite of mourn. Again, we have the oxymoron. Mourning, of course, if you're mourning, you would feel somehow sad, and then if hearse would be like you have uh, like a big for example, your mom and dad is rich, and then you will be their hearse. So if they die, I'm not saying that they will die. If they will die, then you will be the one who will be getting that riches. So you will be like destined to have those. Okay, let's move on to the next. Some are pure and some half bred. Okay, so again with the oxymoron we have here, pure and bred. Pure is of course pure, 100%, 101%. No mixture, no preservatives added. And half bred would be your, for example, you have a mix. You're Filipina American, you are Japanese, half Korean, half American, like that. Then that's half bred. And then some are sober and some are wasted. Okay, so we have the word sober. Okay, so what is sober? Sober is like, for example, if you have been addicted to alcohol before, and then you like went into a rehabilitation, then you overcome being alcoholic, then like from few years after you became sober, it means that you are not affected by alcohol anymore, and you're free from being alcoholic. It is sober. Okay, what is wasted? Again, wasted is our urban ebonics, like what we have studied 2 days ago. Urban ebonics is a hip-hop language, or it's usually being used in a hip-hop conversation or hip-hop codes. You could usually see it on rap or some hip-hop music. So yeah, wasted would mean that you were very drunk. Yes, so we have your oxymoron with the word sober, which is you're free from alcohol, and wasted would be you are into the influence of alcohol and it's very, very high, like that. And then we have some are rich because of fate. What is fate? Fate is a synonym of destiny. And some are pure with no food on their plate. Okay, so earlier I haven't read that part. I'm so sorry about that, because you know I'm not professional. I didn't do this, so yeah, sometimes I also got nervous. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, so some are poor with no food on their plate, and some stand out while others blend. Okay, what is stand out? Okay, stand out is like you can easily be seen, like that. Stand out, you can easily be noticed, while others blend. What is blend? Mix. Okay, so some people, they stand out because they're beautiful, and some females, they don't really stand out, but they blend well, like that. Some are fat and stout, while some are thin. Thin representative here. Yeah, so we have your vocabulary word here, the strout. What is strout? Strout is synonym to the word plump. So usually this word, these two words is being described if they would talk about Santa Claus. So for example, you could use it in a sentence. You could say like, Santa Claus is fat and stout, like that. So they have like almost the same meaning. And then some are friends and some are foes. So we have your oxymoron again. So friends and foes. Okay, so what is foes? Foes is enemy, or someone that you're not like having a good relationship with, like someone you hate, maybe. So it's an enemy. Okay, so they're like your oxymoron is there, and then some have some, while some have most. Okay, some have some. In this part, some would represent to just few, like that. Some, and then some have most, a few and a lot. So we have your oxymoron again. And the next one, every color, every hue is represented by me and you. Okay, so of course, hue here is the synonym of color. So for example, you could say like, oh, I like that hue. I think that one is very bright, like that. So you could use this one instead of using color. You could use this hue, but sometimes they misheard it like you, like that, you. So you have to pronounce it very well, hue. And it is also related to shade of color. So yeah. But if you're talking to an artist or someone who's into arts, I think they would understand you very well if you say the word hue. Next is represented by me and you. Take a slide in slope. Take a look in a kaleidoscope. Okay. What is slope? Slope is like what you can see in the math, the ratio of a vertical line, like that. So slope, because slide in a slope. Take a look in a kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope, the one that we had earlier, the symmetrical thing that reflects everything, the colorful picture that I have shown you guys earlier. So that is a kaleidoscope. Spinning round, sorry, spinning round, make it swirl in the kaleidoscope world. Okay, so we have here your contraction word, spinning. Instead of saying spinning, they put here spinning, and yes, it's a contraction word or the shortcut of a word. And then swirl would be round, like around in the kaleidoscope world. Okay, so this part basically means that we are being compared to a kaleidoscope that reflects every that is reflecting to one another. So it was like everyone is connected to each other, like a kaleidoscope, like it's just turning around. And yeah. Next is some are great and some are few. Others lie while some tell the truth. Okay, so what is few? Few is of course small or a small amount. So we have your oxymoron again, the great and the few. So they contradict to one another. That's oxymoron. And you can make a sentence out of it also, like for example, you're buying something and then your friend would ask you like, do you think you could afford this one? And then you could answer like, I think my money is very few, so I think I cannot, like that, instead of saying small. Then others lie while others some tell the truth. Another oxymoron again, lie and truth. Some say poems, some do sing. Others sing through their guitar strings. Some know it all while some act dumb. Okay, what is dumb? So dumb doesn't really mean that you don't know anything, but dumb would be like you unwillingly would like to participate, or you unwillingly would like to speak. That would be dumb. Okay, next is let the bassline strum the bang of the drum. Okay, what is bassline? The one with the red one. Okay, so bassline is like a style of music. Usually it was being used in jazz. And some can swim while others sink. Okay, another oxymoron again. Swim and sink. Okay, so sink would be submerge if you don't know how to swim. then you will sink. That's like the simplest sentence. If you don't know how to swim, then you will sink. And some will find their minds and think. Others walk while others run. Another oxymoron, walk and run. You can't talk peace and have a gun. Okay, this one is like I like the thought on this part. You can't talk peace and have a gun. You cannot preach about peace, about friendship if you are betraying. For example, you cannot preach about friendship if you are betraying your friend, like that. You cannot do the same things at one time and that contradict. You cannot just say that I am, like, for example, I am pro feminine, I'm into feminism, or like I'm pro to girls, I like to uplift girls, like that, women, I am into women empowerment. But you keep on bashing, or you keep on like telling other girls that, oh, you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, like that. So it's contradicting to one another. So you cannot do that things at the same time, because people will not, of course, believe you. Because how come, peace and gun? So next, some are hurt and start to cry. Don't ask me how, don't ask me how, don't ask me why. Some are friends and some are foes. Again, with your oxymoron, friends and enemy. Foes is enemy. Some have some, while some have most. Okay. Every color, every you is represented by me and you. Take a slide in the slope. Take a look in the kaleidoscope. Spin around, make it twirl in the kaleidoscope world. Okay. So that was our song for the night. It's Kaleidoscope World by, of course, the king of hip-hop in the Philippines, Francis Magalona. He is more known in the screen name Francis M. So overall, the thought of the song is that we have like different perspective on living, and but even though we have like differences, we still are connected with one another. And we were like on a wheel of fortune, where other people might be in down times now, and other people might be in a good position in life. But in some point, it will change position, and then those are in a good position will be on the under, and then the one with the bad position will be on the good ones. So we should be good to one another and take turns like that. So respect one another like that. So I like the thought and the meaning of the song, and it's not repetitive. Also, it's not redundant like other songs that you have to repeat because of the genre of the music. So like what I have said earlier and before, in hip-hop, you don't have repetitive verses or stanza, but you have like every verses there is like different meaning and different writings of words. So that's what I like about it. Okay, all right. So I think we have learned the vocabulary words. I have explained what is oxymoron. Oxymoron is like the it's like the it's a figure of speech that is contradiction to one another. So for example, good, bad, clean, dirty, white, black, like that. So it's oxymoron. And then we also have tackled about a little bit of your urban ebonics, or the hip-hop codes, and the language about that has like the second language before in America. So I think so far we did okay tonight. And yeah, okay, so that will be all for tonight. So let's see tomorrow what will be our next song, and I will see you again tomorrow within this time. It's 8 p.m. in Korea, 8 p.m. in Korea and 7 p.m. in Philippine time. Okay, so that's all for today, and I hope you have learned a lot with me. And of course, once again, my name is Teacher Ivy. And it was nice. It was my pleasure to teach you today. Okay, so be part of MK and let's learn English with MK. Bye. Good night.